Devastating. My son had already told me, so I was a little devastated.
Tragedy here in South Shore. Detectives snapping photos of the crime scene. The shooting happening just before 4 p.m. inside Tatanisha Jackson's home in the 6800 block of South Cornell.
And there's M1 with a black bulletproof vest, as described by witness, with shorts and flip-flops on. You don't know which direction he ran in.
Police say Jackson was approached by a 17-year-old who shot her 4 times in the head. A gun was recovered at the scene. She was pronounced dead at the University of Chicago hospital.
Join me as I dive into this crazy story and try to figure out how a 17-year-old managed to ambush their mom right in front of the whole family. You won't believe what happened when this 17-year-old decided to take matters into their own hands and pull off an ambush on their own mother, right in front of their family. The details of this shocking moment are still hard to wrap my head around, and I'm excited to dive in and explore what led up to this dramatic event. Family dynamics can be complicated, to say the least. In this case, something went terribly wrong, and the relationship between this 17-year-old and their mother will never be the same. The question is, what triggered this ambush, and how did things escalate to this point? It's clear that something was simmering beneath the surface in this family, waiting to boil over. The 17-year-old had been feeling frustrated and angry about certain things, and it was only a matter of time before things came to a head.
Tatanisha Jackson had just gotten home with her family and was walking inside of her apartment where a teen gunman was waiting. What was supposed to be the safe confines of a family's South Shore home now marks where Tatanisha Jackson's life was tragically ripped away at the hands, police say, of a teen gunman.
Most people who've been living on this block have been living here for a long time, so everyone kind of knows each other. So I can only imagine what everyone is feeling.
The feeling of heartbreak spilling next door to Jackson's neighbor, Wendy Herring.
It's devastating. I'm going to be looking for her when I come out to sit on the back sometimes.
Herring detailing to us what she said unfolded seconds after Jackson got home, not knowing what waited for her inside.
He was inside.
He was already inside.
Because he broke through the back door, waiting for them. That's what my understanding.
And when the 43-year-old entered her apartment on Cornell and 68th just before 4 Thursday afternoon, police say a 17-year-old boy shot her 4 times in the head before escaping. The murder happening, neighbors say, right in front of Jackson's husband and their young son, who ran next door for help, while the victim was left clinging to life. Jackson later died at the hospital.
I'm hoping he can get through it. It's going to be hard.
And police have not identified the suspect, who they are looking for tonight, but say they did recover.
Told me, so I was a little devastated.
Tragedy here in South Shore. Detectives snapping photos of the crime scene. The shooting happening just before 4 p.m. inside Tatanisha Jackson's home in the 6800 block of South Cornell.
And there's M1 with a black bulletproof vest, as described by witness, with shorts and flip-flops on. You don't know which direction he ran in.
Police say Jackson was approached by a 17-year-old who shot her 4 times in the head. A gun was recovered at the scene. She was pronounced dead at the University of Chicago hospital. What are your memories of her? Describe it for me.
She was kind of a short lady. She used to be on the back on her phone all the time, sitting on the back porch. Just being nice.
Married to the love of her life for 21 years and the mother of 3 sons. Loved ones tell me Jackson was always the life of the party. Most notable, whenever she left your company, her token phrase, "I love you."
When I realized it was the lady that I talked to sometimes. It was kind of sad.
Neighbors told police the gunman kicked in Jackson's back door. Detectives were seen crossing Stony Island, hunting down surveillance video from nearby businesses.
The attack unprovoked and unjustified. A judge ordered 17-year-old Davion Pryor detained after the teen was charged with shooting his mother to death in front of his dad and little brother. Relatives of the teen leave court this afternoon without comment, moments after 17-year-old Davion Pryor is ordered to remain behind bars for the tragic slaying. In court, an emotional Cook County Judge David Kelly said, "This is very sad and tragic to this court. The unprovoked shooting and killing of your mother in front of your father and brother." The teen has been charged as an adult with first-degree murder in connection with the slaying. Investigators say the violence erupted. That's when Davion's father and mother 43-year-old Tatanisha Jackson returned home to the family's apartment near 68th and Cornell with the teen's 7-year-old brother, who they just picked up from school. During the hearing, authorities say before the family arrived home, the teen called his mother to talk to her about someone drinking alcohol on the back porch. The teen's father and brother, who witnessed the attack, told police it was as Tatanisha unlocked the home's front door, the teen opened the door and then pointed a gun at his mother and opened fire at nearly point-blank range. The victim was shot in the head 4 times. Prosecutors say the father picked up his younger son and ran to safety, where he called 911. They say that they then heard 5 more shots from inside the apartment. Investigators say the teen then ran out the apartment's back door. He was captured on security cameras along Stony Island Avenue, and his cell phone pinged in the area. Police recovered a 9mm weapon used in the attack, along with 12 bullet casings. An attorney for the teen says he was in a GED program and had a part-time job. Davion Pryor turned himself in to officers at the 3rd District Police Station. Authorities say at the time of the murder, Pryor was already on home confinement after being charged as a juvenile with aggravated battery and after being found guilty of a carjacking in July. A judge also ordered a mental evaluation for the teen, who is due back in court next week. Young gun, no one that they calling me splurge. Let me jump right out the curb. Get this right fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word.